anxiety inside of us that we don't know how to control. Or maybe in this video, we're going to talk about a few ways that you can right now understand your control factor. Let's get to work. So, one thing that we need to do is focus on ourselves. What's going on internally? What is going on with our minds? What is going on with our souls? What is going on with our bodies? If we're not focused on what's going on with us, then when we try to make a decision in our lives, then the decision is going to be a choice that we have to double check and double take and take a step back. Let's try to avoid all of that. The key way to avoid all that is to stop and pause. And in stopping and pausing, you're taking a deep breath. Now, the reason you want to take a deep breath, it releases the stronghold that the emotions have on you. Now, the stronghold of emotions can grab a hold of you and take over your mind if you're not careful. Now, once it takes over your mind, it clogs your thinking. You can't think logically. You're not being able to process things appropriately to be able to make that decision, to be able to create a sense of peace in your mind, because it's all about creating this energy realm of peace. So in that time, you need to make sure you're taking a deep breath and you're stopping and you're pausing. You never want to irrationally make a decision, right? You never want to respond out of that particular emotion that you feel. So after you, or as I stated, while you're taking a deep breath, you want to make sure you're analyzing the situation. When you're analyzing the situation, you're wanting to see what's going on around you. I call it checking the test. You have to check the test. Is this checking my anger? Is this checking my patience? Is this checking my time management, right? What's really going on with this particular situation? Who's involved? What's the people? What's the places? What's the route that I need to take? It's just like trying to analyze traffic. I know if I take this street down this hour, this time of day, I'm not going to get to my goal in enough time. It's all about creating an avenue, creating a way to achieve your goals more efficiently, building a resilient mindset through the stressful situations that we have going on. This is what we talk about. And by doing that, we're able to move forward correctly, move forward appropriately, because we know what's going on around us. We know this road is blocked off, right? So we need to redirect ourselves to get to our goal. Another way that you want to be able to get to your goals a lot quicker, a lot smoother, a lot easier, to build a resilient mindset is focus on what you can control. Focus on the things that you can control. Too many times we are emotionally attached to those things that create a disturbance in our lives that we have no power over. We truly have no power over other people. I'm going to tell you this right now. Stop trying to control other people. We need to learn how to stop trying to control other people. We want people to be like us. We want people to think like us, walk like us, talk like us. That's not necessarily always the case, right? And you create this frustration. And in all honesty, is it fair? Is it fair to the other person that you really want to control and dictate them? Want them to be like you? Now, of course, we all should be going in the direction to reach our higher selves, a higher being. That's what it's all about, being a master of yourself, being a master of your emotions so that you can be more productive in your career and your life. You can't move forward up the ladder. I'm going to tell you right now, I moved up to the top of my career in a short amount of time. When you're at the top of your career, you have to be able to deal with a certain amount of stress. I mean, it's certain levels of things that you have to deal with, that you have to manage yourself. And to be able to do that, you have to focus on what you can control. Focus on your power, focus on your numbers, focus on your metrics, so your metrics of life, right? You might not be in a career field, but we all have metrics of life, certain numbers that we're trying to hit. And we're not able to hit these numbers if we are focused and distracted by other things. Let's redirect our focus, redirect our minds, and focus on the things that we can control. Now, after you do all of this, after you take your deep breath, after you stop, after you pause, after you analyze the situation, see what's going on with you, after you look, after you analyze, and in that analyzing of that situation, you're seeing what's in the power of your control. After you're doing all of this, now it's time to make your decision. Now it's time to go and proceed further and make this decision. Now, you won't know if it's a correct decision until after the time fact, but make sure your emotions are not leading you. It's all about leading your emotions, being the master of yourself. Now, you do these steps, you will be one step closer to your goal. You will be able to learn how to build a resilient mindset as you navigate the stress to get towards your goals. So focus on your breathing methods. Stop, pause, analyze the situation, focus on your control, and then make that decision. Now, after that decision, something called self reflection. Stop, reflect, look over the decisions that were made, look over the analyzing of that situation. Maybe you looked at it at a different angle that you didn't see. I always say which side of the fan you're on. Some people say, hey, the fan is blowing left. No, the fan is blowing right. Well, which side of the fan are you really on? Right. In that self reflection process, after we make that decision, after we decide on what we're going to do, sit back and see if it was the correct decision. A lot of times, if you followed these steps, it was the correct decision. Now it's about managing that emotion, because sometimes we were emotionally attached to things that needed to be cut off, and that can create a different situation in our lives. Now it's time to focus on managing those emotions within, focusing on that control. Focusing on your control factor, you'll be one step closer to your goal. Hey, this is Coach Mike the Second. Click that like button, click that subscribe button, share with your friends and family. Remember that self work is the best work. So let's get to work. Peace.